Hello Aquarius, this is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts. How are you guys? Thank you so much for being here and for tuning in. This reading is going to be focusing on love and life matters for the second half of October. So focusing on the time frame of October 16th all the way through Halloween the 31st. Okay guys, so it's general as always. It's not going to resonate with every single person tuning in, Aquarius. So please do take from this what makes sense for your life, your situation, your relationship, and release the rest. However, if you find that you do require a private reading from me, or if that's something that you'd like to obtain, please access all of that information down below in the description box, and I'd love to do a reading for you. And I will also provide a list of all of the card decks that I typically feature for my readings. All right, guys, so let's get started. The two decks that I was gravitating towards for the focus messages for this reading for the second half of October is the Barbieri Zodiac as well as the Moonology card deck. So let's take a look, Aquarius, what it is that needs to come through this time. The Barbieri deck focuses on signs and elements, and although I don't want you guys to be completely focused on the signs that come through here, and if a particular sign that you are thinking about for this reading doesn't come through, that doesn't mean that this reading isn't for you. This is just tapping into potential signs and elements that may be prominent for some of you for this reading, okay? All right, so let's take a look and see. Let me grab a couple of them. Okay, so we've got Libra coming through here. So if you happen to be thinking of a Libra, their energy is very prominent and it's coming forward already. We also have Scorpio being represented here. Okay, so again, if the sign you're thinking about for this reading is not a Libra or a Scorpio, then please know that other signs may present itself for this reading, and it's not just focused on these two signs. The bottom of the deck is a Gemini, so I'll grab that as well. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and grab an additional focus message from the Moonology card deck for this reading. So angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, please. What additional focus message needs to come through for Aquarius for the second half of October, please? Bring it forward for Aquarius. All right, let's see what else I'm guided to pull for you. I feel this one. Nothing will come of this situation, void of course moon. Okay, so for some of you, there might be a situation, it doesn't have to be just romantic in nature, some aspect of your life that may be challenging you at this time, and this is confirmation, at least from this particular message, that there's actually nothing that's going to come from it. Okay, that could be a negative, that could be a positive. We need to pull the rest of the cards to see how it gravitates towards that message and how it's going to be picking up off of that. Okay guys, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Mystic Moon Oracles to see what else we can add to this reading for you, Aquarius, and let's see how it all ties in together, okay? So again, the signs that are featured so far are Libra, Scorpio, and Gemini. And if there is a situation that you're thinking about, more than likely for this reading, it's telling you, for some of you, that nothing will come of the situation, and perhaps it's a message trying to let you know that it's time to find a different direction or to move on, okay? And sometimes when we move on from something, a situation that we know has run its course, sometimes we need a little bit of a push to get that going, and this is confirmation for some of you guys. All right, Aquarius, look at that. We're starting off with deception. So if there is a Libra, a Scorpio, a Gemini that is coming forward with deceptive energy in your life, Aquarius, it's trying to grab your attention here. You may or may not already know this, and that's perhaps where this Moonology focus card is coming from, that nothing else is going to come from this. Because one, they're not being truthful with you, or they're trying to manipulate you or the situation somehow. And again, guys, it's not focused just on those three signs. So however way it is presenting itself in your life, your situation. What else do we need to know for Aquarius, please? Angels and spirit guides, please bring it forward for the second half of October. What else do we need to know at this time for Aquarius, please? What else do we need to know? Inner child. Okay, so when this card comes through for me, it's either picking up off of your energy, Aquarius, or of course the person that you're thinking about for this reading, who may have either had a very difficult childhood, holding on to pain from years ago, especially when you were a young child or when you were younger. And if those things have not been addressed or healed, it's something that's surfacing here at this time to let you know that it needs attention. And if what you dealt with as a child in your upbringing, in your family dynamic, or through other people from your past who are being deceptive with you, it's still surfacing here. If one, that's something that you're dealing with right now in a relationship, or two, it's something that needs to be addressed. It's trying to grab your attention, especially if you keep repeating the same patterns over and over in your life and in your relationships. That has to be addressed and healed, okay? Let's see what else. Shadow work. Somebody is possibly trying to work on themselves behind the scenes. You may or may not even be aware of this. More than likely not. It's in the shadows. It's beneath the surface. It's behind the curtain, so to speak, you know? And for me, this could either be coming forward with dark energy or light energy. If somebody is doing something shady and again being deceptive behind your back, it could be tapping into that. And also it could be somebody that's actually trying to get away from this energy and trying to improve who they are and their character, and they're working on themselves, but they might not want you to know that quite yet. Okay, so let's see what else. What else, please, for Aquarius? Right now, there's a mask. Somebody's wearing a mask, somebody pretending to be something that they're not, or they're wearing this false mask because there's an element of their life or their character, Aquarius, that they're not wanting to reveal to you quite yet. So it could certainly be tapping into that shadow work energy. And this, for me, also relates to that deception card. Somebody that is being deceptive. If they're wearing a mask, then you're not really seeing who they truly are. Okay. Bottom of the deck is action, followed by destruction. That is the Tower card in tarot. So I feel here that if this Tower card hasn't already happened in your relationship, this might actually be where you guys are headed, especially on your part, Aquarius, if you don't take action to avoid it. Because I feel here that you actually have more control of the situation that you might realize. You know, at the end of the day, what we put up with from somebody else is what we allow in our lives. And once you take action to stop that, they might actually create their own tower moment in their own life. And part of that action is you releasing yourself and releasing them from any hold that they might have on you. You know, once you get to that realization of seeing that there is nothing further that can happen here, and going back to this focus message, nothing will come of this situation. There's nothing else that needs to be done. It's the end of the road, you know? And I feel for those of you who are ready to walk away from somebody who is being deceptive, dishonest, perhaps you know that they're lying to you or manipulating you in some way, shape, or form. You don't want this Tower moment. So I feel for some of my Aquariuses, you are taking things in your own hands and changing directions for some of you guys. Okay. Let's take a look and see how tarot plays a part in all this. So tapping into the Twin Flame Journey Tarot by Mystic Moon. You, of course, don't have to identify with a twin flame connection. That is just the name of the card deck. All right, let's take a look and see what else we can add to this. You know, I really feel here that you're tired of dealing with this person if they have really been dishonest with you, not coming forward with the truth. And if you've really been trying to figure out where this person is coming from or who they really are, who their true character is, and if they're coming forward with deceptive energy, wearing a mask, maybe you don't know who you're dealing with. And before anything else happens here, I feel you're already kind of picking up off of their energy. I feel some of you guys going towards this action card is you're getting away from the storm. You know, you're trying to avoid this from happening. All right, so let's take a look and see, Aquarius, what else needs to come through here. We've got the Hierophant, spiritual advisement. So yeah, with that Hierophant energy, perhaps Spirit is trying to tell you here that it's time to claim a different direction for yourself. It's time to move in a different direction, find a different path for yourself, especially in regard to a love connection. I feel here that you've gained a lot of wisdom as a result of this experience. You've grown from it. This is somebody who chooses a moral path in their life, and falling right next to that deception card, I feel the person that you're thinking about for this reading, Aquarius, could be a little bit shady. This is bringing forward a new way of thinking now and new opportunities for you. And perhaps there was a time between you and this person, Aquarius, where there was a commitment and it made you feel very secure, you know, wanted, loved, everything that you've ever wanted in a relationship. And somehow they interjected deceptive energy here. So it could either be a third-party situation or some other form of deception that they were engaging in, and somehow perhaps you found out about it. You may have even called them out on it, but they're still wearing that mask right here. And going back to that inner child, if this is something that you dealt with growing up, this is not something that you're going to want to bring forward with you in your adult life. Look at the next card after that. We've got the Seven of Cups. And as this card states, fantasy and temptation. That's water energy, so Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces for some of you guys. And we've already got Scorpio right there. Fantasy and temptation, you know, I feel truly that some of you guys had to deal with a partner that was tempted by another and, you know, started fantasizing about what it would be like to be in that connection with somebody else. It taps into illusion on our imagination, you know, with that Seven of Cups energy. Look at this next card. We've got the Seven of Wands. Defense mechanism. You know, I feel here, Aquarius, that this is certainly something that you might have dealt with. Part of that defense mechanism is taking action to get yourself out of the destruction of that Tower card that could come down on you and this person if you don't get out of the way of the energy that they are bringing forward with that deceptive type vibration. They're not being truthful with you, and maybe you already know that. And if you have yet to take action to get away from that, this is confirmation to let you know that if you stay, not only will you experience that Tower moment, which is Not an easy thing to go through, but it's also confirming for you based off of that focus message. Nothing else is going to come of this situation, so you might as well get out of it. Wands energy is fire energy. So that does tap into Leo, Aries, and Sagittarius for some of you. You can claim a different direction for yourself. Get out of the path of that tower, that destruction. Next card after that is beautiful. We got the Magician. Manifestation tools, look at this, followed by the 10 of Cups, contentment and joy. And who's going to offer that to you? The 9 of Cups. There is this wonderful Knight of Cups that is coming your way, Aquarius. So I feel here that those of you resonating with this, you already know that it's the end of the road with this person. You've got the Magician's energies on your side. You can manifest whatever the hell it is that you want in your life. Not just romantically. Other areas of your life where things haven't been moving the way you've been wanting them to. You've got the power in this Magician card to be able to make it all happen for yourself, including love, like finding the ultimate love relationship that you have been looking for. And I feel here, for those of you guys that are in this connection with somebody that's being dishonest, deceptive, manipulative, or they may have engaged in third-party situations, I feel in your heart of hearts, Aquarius, you know it's time to go. And once you do that, however painful it might be to take that first step to get out of it, because I do feel you guys had some good moments. You share a history with this person. You know, the relationship wasn't all shit. You know, there were good parts to it too. And it makes it very difficult to take action to move away from that, especially when our heart is still being pulled towards remembering the good times and reminiscing about when things were good. But I feel here that this destruction card is here for a reason. The deception card was the first thing that came through. They are wearing a false mask, and it's time to wake up a little bit, Aquarius, if you haven't already, and just know that this thing has run its course. It's hit a dead end. And once you do that, this is where you're headed. You can find happiness and contentment and the joy that you deserve. Once again, Cups energy, water energy. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces represented once again. And as I mentioned, there's this Knight of Cups. Look at that, bringing forward a romantic gesture. And I feel here that that's what you've been missing in regard to this connection. The romance, the magic of it all. Maybe it was like that in the beginning, but it faded, I feel, and it's no longer an energy that you're tapping into here, Aquarius. You want to be happy. You don't want somebody who is just treating you like you are secondary or that you're not their main priority, especially if they are focusing on somebody else and fantasizing about somebody else. You deserve happiness, and I feel there's somebody that's coming in for you who will offer that to you. All right, so let's add to this, Aquarius, with some romance angels. Let's see what else needs to come through here. So angels and spirit guides focusing on Aquarius energy for the second half of October. What else do we need to know, please? What else do we need to know at this time, focusing on Aquarius energy? Please bring it forward for Aquarius at this time. Please bring it forward, Aquarius. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. If you've kind of been going through a rough patch in regard to your love life, Aquarius, you don't have to go it alone. You know, sometimes it's so easy to just go within like a hermit and not talk about what's going on in our lives, especially in regard to our relationships. But I feel here, what I'm guided to tell you is you've got some pretty amazing people in your life who create a very good sounding board for you. You've got a lot of shoulders to lean on if you need it. For my divine feminines, I do feel that, to me, there's very heavy divine feminine energy from this card. And if you've got a sister, or if you're very close to your mother, grandmother, female friends that are truly crucial to your growth, and you're bringing forward very uplifting energy when you guys interact with each other, turn to them, reach out. Okay, let's see what else. What else, please, for Aquarius in love and romance? What else, please? Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. This is coming through for some of you. Sometimes we have to get out of our own way to allow the universe to step in and put things in alignment for us. And I feel that this is a very specific message coming through for some of you. Because at the end of the day, we cannot control every aspect of our life. And we need to loosen the reins a little bit and just let life happen, But there comes a time too when you got to take action. And I feel for whoever this is resonating, a part of the reason why that destruction card is right next to that action card is because you have actually more control of the situation than you realize. Look at this bottom of the deck, chemistry. And perhaps you and this person really did connect and have a very good chemistry here, but that does not mean that they're coming forward as a good person, a good match for you. So it's okay to be remembering the good times, but in order to complete the picture of what's truly going on here, you got to remember the bad too. And what's coming through here for me is that they are being dishonest with you about some aspect of the relationship. This chemistry too could be something that you encounter in a future love connection with somebody else. Very romantic, very charming. This has the potential to bring you the joy that the Ten of Cups has the capability of bringing you, Aquarius. That type of contentment where you know you found your person for life. All right, so let's add to this, guys, with some Fire Witch Tarot messages, Infinity Oracle. Let's see what else we can add to this. So angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, please bring it forward for me. What else do we need to know at this time for Aquarius? What other messages would you benefit from, Aquarius, for the second half of October? Please bring it forward for me, angels. Okay. Some of you guys are stressed, understandably. Yes, some of you guys are dealing with a karmic partner who is being very deceptive with you. And yes, you will find love again. Okay, you'll go back into the dating scene for some of you guys who may have already walked away from this person, and you are ready to start dating again and be open to finding romance. And it's coming for you. You're blessed by that Magician card, being able to manifest. It's giving you those manifestation tools to be able to make things happen in your life, especially in love. You got the Ten of Cups. You've got that Knight of Cups that's being very romantic and very charming. There's chemistry that's indicated here, and whenever I see this card, there's a lot of passion in the color red. Love. The ultimate type of love that you have the potential of finding. But look at this bottom of the deck, self-care. So to me, this is a reminder for you, Aquarius, that you got to put yourself first and take care of yourself, not just your physical self, but spiritually, mentally, emotionally. All of that needs to come into balance here. Okay, so that is what I'm grabbing from that. And I feel here that you can release some of that stress by getting rid of this person, getting them out of your life. That's a part of the action that needs to be implemented here. Okay, all right, let's add to this, Aquarius, with some signs from Spirit Love Oracle. What else do we need to know, please, for Aquarius? Angels and spirit guides, please bring it forward at this time. What additional messages, Aquarius, would you benefit from? Ooh, nice. This is the color green. If this happens to be your favorite color, as you can see, it says prosperity, health, and abundance. I love that. So in regard to your money matters, your career, your income, your well-being, all of those things are being addressed here, and things will ultimately take a turn for the better. You're coming into a very wonderful time in your life, Aquarius. Abundance comes in many forms, guys. Love, money, of course. Just that, the harvest of the season, you know, welcome it in. If you've been having health issues, it's addressing that too. I feel that that's temporary and you will overcome that. Beautiful. Let's see what else. What else, please, for Aquarius? Another beautiful card. Milk taps into nourishment. And sometimes when we're dealing with somebody that no longer feeds our passions, feeds our soul, then we're starving. We're starving for love. We're starving for attention. We are starving for affection. And I feel here that the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Cups, is what's going to bring you the nourishment that your heart especially is starving for. You know, it's coming for you. You got to just get out of your own way and take action. Take action towards removing whatever is no longer serving you from your life, removing somebody that is being deceptive. They don't belong in your world any longer. Okay, let's grab one more. I'm feeling one more card here for you, Aquarius. One more card, please, for Aquarius. Oh my gosh. This is a beautiful card, guys, okay? To me, this taps into the energy of a relationship that is fated. It's your destiny. It brings forward very happy energy here, and I feel that whoever will represent the Ten of Cups in your life, they're on their way. I really feel here for some of you guys, they are on their way. So don't lose hope, especially if you've had a bit of a rough patch in love and romance. Things are going to shift, guys. And look at this card, the Diamond. Promise. Some of you guys might actually have an engagement coming up. Unexpected engagement moving forward once you release yourself from a relationship that is truly done. Nothing will come of that situation. It's time to go. It's time to find a different path for yourself. Wow, okay. That is pretty amazing. So I ended up getting a couple of brand new decks, and it's by Flames of Alchemy. This one is specifically for the Divine Masculine, and then of course I've got the counterpart to that, which is for Divine Feminine. So I wanted to grab some cards from these decks to see how we can add to the messages that are here. So for those of you who are either Divine Masculine or focused on a Divine Masculine energy for this reading, let's take a look and see what needs to come through in regard to that connection. So angels and spirit guides focusing on Divine Masculine energy here for this reading. And whoever resonates with these messages, let's take a look. There we are already. Indecision. Okay. So there's a Divine Masculine for some of you that can't seem to make up his mind one way or the other. And that's very frustrating for the divine feminines who are waiting for this decision to happen, okay? So this is a very specific message for some of you guys. And look at this, facade. Sound familiar? It sounds familiar because it taps into the same type of energy as this mask. When we put on a facade, we're wearing a mask. We're just pretending or trying to portray ourselves to be something that we are not. So this to me taps into deceptive energy, which of course is being represented by that deception card. Dang, look at that. Okay, so for some of my people tuning in, my divine feminines especially, you've got a divine masculine that maybe you already know this, that he's lying to you. He is not telling you the truth, being dishonest. And the Seven of Cups is, for me, my cheater card. Fantasy, temptation. Somebody's got a lot of options in love and romance, and they are making you feel secondary or certainly not their priority. Okay? So now let's tap into some divine feminine energy here. Angels and spirit guides, please, for Aquarius, for the second half of October, tapping into divine feminine energy. What does the divine feminine need to communicate at this time? Or whoever is tapping into the energy of divine feminine. Can be male or female. All right, let's see. Let's see what the divine feminine has to say here, or what she's feeling. And I'm saying she and he, but of course, you know, we all have divine feminine and masculine energies. So take it for however way it makes sense for you. Rebirth. So the divine feminine is actually in a very good place. Starting over. Renewal of life. Changing directions. I feel like grabbing one more. There we are. Wow, okay, look at this. Some mirroring energy here. Okay, so we've got shadow work reflected here already, and the divine feminine is also in the same space. Okay, so for some of my divine feminines, this could be tapping into your own energy, and it's definitely very prominent in this reading. If you are doing things behind the scenes or in the shadows that perhaps you don't want the divine masculine to know what it is that's going on beneath the surface with you. And there are some of my divine feminines who might actually be the ones that are being deceptive here. So it depends on how it's playing itself out for your situation and your life. I can't help but notice this next card. Look at that, divine partnership. So for some of my divine feminines, I really do feel here that there is a fated relationship that will be coming in for you, representing that Knight of Cups, and you will ultimately be able to achieve that Ten of Cups happiness. It is certainly being represented here. But yeah, for some of you guys, there is a divine masculine that is, I feel, for some of my divine masculines, they are unable to make a decision towards commitment because, one, they have a lot of options. You're not the only person that they are considering being with, and that's not somebody that you ultimately want to have in your life if they are just considering you an option rather than the ultimate choice in love. So yeah, nothing will come of that situation, and it's time to go. It is time to go. Okay? All right, guys, let's grab some healing messages here, Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides for Aquarius, please. Please bring it forward, some healing messages for Aquarius for the second half of October. Celebration. I love that. Bottom of the deck is meditation. Oh, and I'm guided to pull this next one, healing. Okay, so times are going to get better, Aquarius. You might be in a challenging time in your life at the moment, but it's going to get better. It's going to ease up. You're not going to be as stressed out, perhaps, as you are now. Okay, so you will eventually gravitate away from that type of energy and have good things happening in your life once again, especially in regard to your romantic connections. If somebody, again, has either created a third party, being deceptive with you, not telling you the truth, not putting you first, making you feel small, and just simply hurting you. Sometimes we have to quiet our minds to be able to figure out a new plan for ourselves, and that's a part of the action too that some of you need to take. And by doing so, getting rid of the chaos that's going on around you, which is representing this destruction card, you can get out of the path of that. So use the Magician's energies, because you can manifest all these wonderful things in your life if you allow it, okay? But yeah, things that need healing, it's here. You can't rush that, okay, Aquarius? It'll take time, but healing is already occurring. It's here. So just give it some time, I feel, and you will find happiness. You will find the happiness that you're looking for in love. A romantic partner, one that has the capability of being with you for the rest of your life. It's destiny. It's fated. And if it hasn't come in for you yet, it's represented here in this reading. So ultimately, perhaps the second half of October, you might end up meeting somebody that will completely catch you off guard and just surprise you as to what it is that they bring into your life. You know, so for those who are single especially and looking to date once again, the potential to find the right partner this time around, guys, is very likely. So be discerning of the people that come into your life. With that Seven of Cups, you know, there's lots of options, and not all of those options are good ones. So choose wisely. You know, you don't want to repeat this pattern of finding somebody that you know doesn't have the best of intentions, and they're just going to end up representing a karmic partnership. And that's, I feel, not what you're looking for. Okay, guys? So that's where I'm going to end this reading. I hope that whatever part of this you were able to gravitate towards and resonate with, I do hope that it offered you the guidance that you needed. If you're interested in a private reading, that information is down below in the description box, and I will be back very soon, guys, with more readings for you. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.